Number 7. The exploding head phenomenon. Ever been drifting off to sleep, almost there when suddenly, bam! It sounds like a cymbal clash right inside your skull, or maybe a door slamming shut, or even a gunshot. You snap awake, heart pounding, convinced something just shattered in your bedroom. But here's the kicker, nothing did. Your ears are fine, your house is quiet, and the only explosion was in your brain. This isn't some rare, arcane curse, but a genuine, albeit creepy, sleep disorder called exploding head syndrome. It's like your brain, instead of gracefully shutting down for the night, decides to throw a surprise auditory party. Scientists aren't entirely sure why it happens, but the leading theory is that it's a glitch during the brain's sleep transition. Instead of smoothly powering down the auditory neurons, they all fire at once, creating a loud imaginary noise. Basically, your grey matter is just having a little uninvited rave when it should be dimming the lights for bedtime. Number 6. Phantom itches and invisible bugs. Imagine sitting there, minding your own business, when suddenly you feel it. A tiny, almost imperceptible tickle on your arm. You swipe at it, but there's nothing there. Then it pops up on your leg. A quick scratch, still nothing. Soon, you're doing the full body jig, convinced you're covered in invisible, microscopic creatures. No, you're not suddenly a character in a horror movie, and you probably don't have a sudden infestation of air mites. What you're experiencing might be a milder form of formication, the sensation of insects crawling on or under your skin when no actual physical stimuli are present. It's often linked to stress, anxiety, or even simple nerve misfires. Your brain is essentially playing a cruel trick on you, conjuring up a microscopic army of imaginary creepy crawlies just to mess with your day. It's like your nervous system has a dark sense of humor, turning everyday calm into a full-body interpretive dance of desperation. Number 5. The voice in your head. That isn't yours. You're walking down a quiet street, lost in thought, and then clear as day, you hear it, your name being called. You spin around, looking for the familiar face, but the street is empty. Or maybe you're alone in your house, reading a book, and you distinctly hear a muffled conversation from an empty room. Before you dial Ghostbusters, take a breath. What you might be experiencing are auditory hallucinations, or more specifically, pareidolia applied to sound. Your brain is a pattern-seeking machine, and sometimes, when there's ambiguous noise, the hum of the refrigerator, the wind outside, or even just your own internal monologue, it tries to make sense of it by imposing familiar patterns, like a voice. It's not necessarily a sign of anything sinister, just your brain being a bit overzealous in its detective work, turning white noise into whispered secrets or phantom summons. Essentially, your auditory cortex is moonlighting as a psychic, interpreting static as a personal message. Number 4. The sudden muscle jerk. Hypnic jerk. You know the one. You're just about to surrender to the sweet embrace of slumber. Your eyelids are heavy, your breathing is slowing, and then, wham! Your leg shoots out like you've been electrocuted, or your whole body gives a violent, involuntary twitch. You might even feel like you're falling off a cliff, only to snap awake, disoriented, and mildly annoyed. These delightful little nocturnal fireworks are called hypnic jerks, or sleep starts, and they're incredibly common. Scientists aren't 100% sure why your body decides to throw this mini tantrum on the cusp of sleep, but one popular theory suggests it's your brain misinterpreting the natural relaxation of your muscles as you drift off. It thinks you're actually falling, so it sends a jolt to your limbs to catch you. It's like your internal alarm system is a bit overzealous, mistaking the gentle descent into dreamland for a literal plummet from grace. Your brain, ever the drama queen, assumes you're in freefall and decides to do an emergency reset. Number 3. Why you feel like someone's watching you. You're home alone, reading in bed, when suddenly the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You get that distinct, unsettling feeling that you're not alone, that unseen eyes are boring into you from the shadows. You might even glance over your shoulder, half expecting to see a shadowy figure. While sometimes it's just your imagination running wild after a true crime binge, this pervasive feeling of being watched, especially when alone, has a psychological basis. It's often linked to sense of presence phenomena, where your brain, under conditions of isolation, stress, or even just low light, misinterprets ambiguous sensory information. Your brain is hardwired to detect threats, and in the absence of clear data, it defaults to a primal warning system. It's like your internal radar is picking up phantom signals, convinced there's a predator lurking nearby, even if it's just a coat hanging on a chair. Your ancient survival instincts are basically screaming, "Intruder alert," when there's nothing more menacing than a dust bunny. Number 2. When your body attacks itself. Autoimmune oddities. Imagine your body's immune system, the valiant knight defending your castle from invaders, suddenly gets confused and starts attacking its own walls. That's the terrifying reality of autoimmune disorders. Instead of targeting actual threats like viruses or bacteria, your body's highly specialized defense cells go rogue, mistaking your healthy tissues, whether it's your joints, your skin, your thyroid, or even your brain, for foreign invaders. It's like your internal security system has developed a severe case of mistaken identity, turning on the very fortress it's sworn to protect. From the chronic fatigue of lupus to the joint pain of rheumatoid arthritis, these conditions are a bizarre testament to just how easily our incredibly complex biological systems can go awry, turning friend into foe within our own flesh and blood. It's your immune system, a highly trained commando unit, suddenly deciding that your spleen looks suspicious and needs to be neutralized. Number 1. The skin you don't actually feel, but definitely have. You walk around every single day encased in this incredible, intricate organ, but how often do you truly feel your skin? No, not when you scratch an itch or when you're being hugged, but just the continuous sensation of your own epidermis. The answer, for most of us, is almost never. This isn't because your skin isn't sending signals to your brain, it's constantly bombarding it with information about pressure, temperature, and texture. But your brilliant, incredibly efficient brain largely filters out this constant, unchanging input. It's a phenomenon called sensory adaptation, and it's why you don't constantly feel your clothes on your skin after a few minutes, or why you stop noticing the background hum of the refrigerator. If your brain didn't do this, you'd be overwhelmed by a never-ending symphony of trivial sensations, unable to focus on anything important. So, while your skin is technically screaming at your brain all day long, your brain, in its infinite wisdom, just mutes the channel, letting you go about your day without being constantly reminded that you're, well, in your own skin. It's like your brain is a highly skilled personal assistant, quietly filing away the mundane so you can focus on the exciting stuff, like finding that second sock. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.